Hey guys, so today I will walk you through the intricate process of deploying your smart contracts to Rootstock Testnet or Mainnet using Hardhat v3. So we'll start the process from scratch, no boilerplate code, right? So what we'll do, we'll head on to Google, straightforward. We'll type Hardhat and this is the link that pops up. We'll click on get started and here's the command. You should need to copy this command, right? Copy it to clipboard. Let's move on to our Visual Studio Code. I'll be using this code editor for the same, and let's open our terminal. I'm using control backtick on Windows, so it might vary for your laptop. You can open the terminal from here also. Right, let's paste the command here and let's run it. Okay, so it will ask us some default questions like Hardhat 3 beta recommended. Yes, we'll go with it. Click enter, and absolute relative path this directory only. That's the dot. Enter. Yes. Okay. And do you want to turn it out? Yes. True. Enter. Okay. So while this works out, I'll walk you through what Rootstock is all about and what it is doing. So Rootstock is like bridging the gap between smart contracts and Bitcoin's security. So Rootstock operates as a smart contract platform and as a sidechain to Bitcoin. Thus, it brings the best of both worlds together: the security of Bitcoin and the smart contracts flexibility of Ethereum. Okay, so while this runs out, let's head. Okay, so while Hardhat and its boilerplate code is being installed in our system, let's head on to setting up the receivables. You would need to hold your currency, right, in a wallet. So we'll be using MetaMask wallet for this. Let's install it. Okay, so I'm heading to metamask.io. It is the official site, and we will click on get MetaMask. It will take up to Chrome Web Store. Add to Chrome. Yes, add extension. We have the extension here. It is being processed, right? And furthermore, you would need test tokens for deployment of smart contract, right? So it has been added. So let's spin it. Spin MetaMask for our convenience. Now it will ask us to create a new wallet, and I will use a secret recovery phrase, which you should not exchange with others. You should not never show it to others because it can drain your wallet. So we'll use the secret phrase and create a password for the same. Let's create a password. Never share this with anyone. Yes, we have to click because we will use the recovery phase if we forget our password. So get started. It will now show me the recovery phase, which you should not share with anybody. Tap to reveal, and let's copy it somewhere so we do not forget. Let's copy it in a notepad for now. Great. So we have our recovery phase here. Let's head on to the next steps. Continue. Now it will ask what were those words on in these numbered places 2, 5, and 9. Second, measure and uncover. Let's check. 2 was measure, 5 was second. So we'll click on measure first and second, then uncover. Continue. Perfect. Got it. I agree. Done. No, not right now. Continue. Done. Great. So we have our MetaMask wallet and we'll not interact it with the dashboard here. We can directly head to here. And again, since we will be deploying to Rootstock Testnet, we do not have use of Ethereum mainnet as of now. So what we'll do, we'll add the Rootstock Testnet here. It is not here in the popular ones, so we'll have to head to the custom network and add custom network. Now we'll have these details: network name, default RPC URL, chain ID. Let me show it to you. It is also on the Rootstock tips portal. We can copy it from here, paste it. Okay, custom, add custom network, this, and we'll have the RPC URL as well. Start again, no problem. It's a fairly easy process. You just have to go through it once and then just set for life. So I'll add the RPC URL here, add URL, and it will be Rootstock Testnet. The chain ID as I showed you 31, current symbol tRBTC currency symbol, and save. So you will now see it popping up in our custom network. Select it. Okay, so we have 0, the currency, the token Rootstock Bitcoin, right? This is what they call it, or the test tokens. So we would need currency for deploying our smart contract, like we'll have to pay. So let's head to faucet.rootstock.io. Now how will we get the test tokens? What we'll do, we'll head to our MetaMask wallet, copy the account address here, paste it here. Yes, I am not a robot. Get test RBTC. This is being sent to our wallet here. Great. Now I think we might have installed the Hardhat. Great, it is installed. Let's clear the terminal, start afresh. So I'll show you, I walk you through the code base once. So here in the boilerplate code, we have a counter smart contract, a fairly easy one. And this is what is of essence to us, the ignition. It will deploy our smart contract to Rootstock Testnet. And this is the code for the deployment script. Earlier, it used to be, let me show it to it. We had to do it using scripts, which were a tad bit lengthy. So they brought about a new invention, ignition. Let's install a dependency .env for using our env file, env parameters. And you might have seen some people write npm i.env, which is the same as install. So let's install our dependency. It's been installed. Great, it was installed. We can check also in package.dependencies. Great. Now let's head to the hardhat config file. We'll set up the config file for our rootstock testnet. Great. Let's configure our config file. We can close the terminal for now. It's okay. So since we installed our dependency, we can import it here. It is not being used. We'll use it. It has been declared. So these are the networks, and here we'll define our rootstock testnet. Let's name it RSKTESTNP. That is the naming convention we'll be using. Now it will require a type which will pass as HTTP. It will require a chain type. We'll use chain ID for this purpose. Do not get confused. 31. Now we'll pass the configurables. We'll need the testnet RPC URL that will be provided with the API that we'll be needing, and the other will be our private key. So first let's use the code config variable, and here we will be requiring the RSK testnet RPC and URL. Now you might be wondering, where will we get this from? So let's head to rootstock rpc.rootstock.io. We'll get the API key from here. This will be the interface that pops up when you have to register. Either you can sign up, or if you are a member, you can log in again. This is what the dashboard would look like if you log in. Now we'll click new API key. Let's name it as Hardhat, and it's a demo Hardhat, and we'll be using testnet for now, and create. Get the key. Great. So moving forward, we'll need this API key. Let's click on get the key, and this is the URL that we'll be needing. This is the URL we are talking about in question. Great. Let's close this. Let's head on to our code base. And you might be wondering, we should paste here. No, that's not a good practice. We'll first be needing a .env file in the root directory. So let's create it. env, and it's a naming convention that we use capitals for this. Testnet RPC URL is equal to, and paste it here. Remember not to use space here, because that will be regarded as an inconsistency with what you are importing. So no space here. Save it. And before we move forward, I would like to know a security practice that the env file, the .env file, should be engraved in the .gitignore, because we do not want to push our credentials over GitHub, right? So this is done. Safety practice ensured. Moving forward, we will have to mention the account, like the transactions will happen from an account, right? So in this we will have a config variable, and this will be of the form RSK testnet private key. I'm getting these suggestions because of GitHub Copilot. You can have them also or not, totally according to you, up to you actually. So I think we are done here. Now you might be wondering, where do we get the private key from? We'll get the private key from our MetaMask wallet. And again, I'm telling it to you, never share your private key with anyone. Account details, private key. I would have to type my password here and confirm. I have typed in my password. Moving forward, hold to reveal private key. Never share it with anyone. Now copy this private key. Head back to env file. Here we will use RSK testnet and private key. Again, no space. Paste it directly and save the file. This is the configuration for the network that we'll be using. Now, what do we need? We need to deploy, right? Deploy our smart contract. We have the deployment script ready. We have the smart contract ready, right? So let's check, do we have the test tokens for our transaction? Yes, they were transferred to us because of the faucet that we use. We can also see the transaction as here, that where did the transaction occur from and where it was sent to. Like this might be a contact address, MetaMask address, account address. Great, let's close it. Okay, thank you. Moving back, let's deploy our smart contract, right? Let's open the terminal. You can open it from here. I opened it using control and backtick. Let's clear it. And okay, so you might also, it might come handy that npx hardhat compile. You can compile your smart contracts using this. Before I click enter, let me tell you a slight difference between npm and npx. npm is used to fetch the packages from remotely, and npx are used to execute those packages or methods. Let's click. This will compile our smart contracts and generate the ABI, the bytecode that is needed for interaction with the smart contract in front end. So this has compiled our smart contracts. Now we can try and deploy our smart contract. The command for that will be npx hardhat ignition deploy. Now the path to the file that will be deploying, the deployment script, and where did I get this command from Hardhat's official documentation. You should read the docs. They are actually very helpful. Okay, npx hardhat ignition deploy. Then the path that we'll be giving is the ignition. This path actually ignition in modules and inside counter.ts and counter.ts. This is the path. I click tab to complete it, and now we'll also pass. Okay, you might not see this. My bad. Double ticks, and the network we'll be using, we'll be deploying our smart contract on, and this will be RSK that we recently configured. Testnet. Now, in some cases, your deployment might fail. I'm telling you. So because you might have not set a gas price. Okay, so you can set the gas price as one way, which is 1 and 9 zeros. Let's use 2 so that deployment doesn't fail. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 zeros, and let's save it before deployment. The configuration is saved. Let's run the script and check for any inconsistencies. One more thing, when we are typing directly here, you might have seen people use process.env and this. It inherently actually uses process.env, so no issues for that. Okay, so let's run the deployment script. As I told you, npx hardhat ignition deploy, the path, the network we want to deploy it on. Let's click enter, injecting env from .env. Like I told you, it inherently uses process.env. For now, it is confirming with us for the transaction because it takes money, like if we were deploying on the mainnet, right? So yeah, let's click Y, confirm deploy to RS testnet, and counter module is executing the counter module. Great. Waiting for the confirmation because there might be congestion in the meme pool. Okay, so this was dropped. Right. So as a developer, like you are sure to run into errors. So what happened with us? The error that we were facing, like basically there might be congestion in the testnet, and sometimes your request is not allotted like a space. Okay, so I tried to increase the gas price. You can like do that, and I ran the command again, as you can see, and again the same process, confirm deploy to testnet. Yes, moving forward, it executed the batch request, and the counter module was deployed successfully. Now you can see the deployed address of our smart contract on the testnet, right? So you can have it here. It will go away if you clear the terminal, but it stays with you where you will see a deployments folder in Ignition, right? Go inside. You can check the artifacts, the JSON for the like counter module, and again the deployed address is right here. You can see these match. So we have successfully deployed smart contract on RSK, that is Rootstock Testnet. You can also verify your like whether deployed actually or not. Like we can copy this address for you, and we can head on to Rootstock Testnet Explorer, the one where we check the transaction for the tRBTC. Paste it here right now. So as you can see, it was success, and yeah. So if you have any doubts regarding the video or any upcoming events, you can reach out to the developers team of Rootstock, or you can reach out to me, right? Have a nice day, keep building and keep learning. Thank you.